Welcome to the Briar AMA. Basically how this works is I post on YouTube. I say, hey, list me every single question that you guys have about Briar. Me, it doesn't matter what it is, I will answer it. This year we left it up for a few days, and now we're going to get right into it. This is a long video, so please enjoy. I left my Twitch chat up for this one. I did that because, don't tell them I said this, but sometimes I actually do add things to the conversation, so I kept it up. I did live on stream. I would love to see you there and enjoy the video. So we are doing the AMA. This most likely will be Briar-centric. I've now seen that people have asked some things about myself, so hopefully you have any vested interest in me. And we have, obviously, my Twitch stream chat here because, dare I say it, I feel like you guys might have something worth to add. So overall, to cover the post, it was just an AMA video. If it got less than 50 questions, I would just reply in the comments. Simple, I'm not going to waste people's time with like a 5-minute video, but it got 151, so video format is definitely good. We're just going to start top down from this exact moment at 6:07 o'clock. That was not scripted, and then we have top comments showing, and we're just going to go straight down, and wow, the chat is not looking good right now, but either way, so yeah, let's start. So I'm not going to say names because there's some complications with that, but you can see whose I'm reading. I'll highlight it. But would you be able to post a video where everything goes wrong, toxic team, losing jungle matchup, playing from behind, etc.? Maybe it just doesn't happen to the goat of Briar, but just thought I love the content. I feel like I actually do this often, not going to lie. And I will be, instead of editing this, I'm just going to be pulling up stuff in real time, so I'm going to have some helpful links here on the side. But, so, like, here's the thing about high elo is that, like, toxic team, I mean, if you saw today's video, so the video that'll come out today that isn't this, has a straight-up intentional feeder. We carry and we make it work. I post, some crazy games. Perfect game, maybe? And we're going to be going through my catalog here, but the TLDR answer this question directly real quick, is toxic team. You probably see that in like every video. Losing jungle matchup, losing jungle matchup is so, like, it's kind of a tough term. Getting counterpicked in jungle, like, doesn't really happen. Like, even when you have a bad matchup, there's a lot you can do, and there's a lot that, like, even one winning lane can make that matchup not even that bad. So overall, yeah, I would say I don't pull any punches, and I feel like I do this a lot. I bring up every time my team is toxic. I talk about matchups. Playing from behind, I think I did it in today's video too. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't pull any punches. But if the video's good, the video's good. But no, it does happen. I lose games all the time. I get rolled all the time. But yeah, I guess I feel like with this being asked, it like implies that it's not there. I guarantee you, go into the catalog, you'll find exactly that. So, next one. What kind of situations is AP Briar good into? Alternate. We'll just do one at a time. AP Briar in the most competitive sense, which means Masters Plus and higher. As you know, I've gotten Masters with AP Briar, and it was tough. And in that game that I got Masters with AP Briar, at all points competitively, I was like, I most likely could have done more as Bruiser Briar. So, when is it good? It's good when you want to have some fun. It's good, I'm talking full AP Briar. It's good when you want to have some fun, you want to do some cool shit. But overall, just playing standard Briar is, like, technically better. Sure, we can, like, pinpoint some specific situations that AP Briar would be better. Like, oh man, I hit that 5-man E as Bruiser Briar. Technically, AP would have been better there, but you can't really see that coming, right? So in a competitive sense, playing regular Briar, AD, Bruiser, lethality, whatever, will almost always be better. Okay. And that's just it. That's the competitor in me. That's the guy that gets challenger talking. There's a lot about League and having fun and doing things that you want to do and pull off and doing slide combos, fucking around with your friends, playing with Anivia support. All those things are really cool, and they add to your League of Legends experience. They make you not hate the game as much. So I would say it's good, and at a time when you're branching out to be like a more whole Briar player. Alternatively, when is it when is it best to pick one build over another? Why lethality instead of crit, for example? Is it more about what your team lacks, more about what the enemy team has? This is a popular briar conversation, and I make these videos right here. You'll see the same video made like once a season because I keep updating people on this. So if you're struggling with that, I would definitely recommend you go here, where I basically just talk about like what build would be best these games and what do you think about when you do it. And so you should prioritize. Let's say most league players are diamond and under. In that circumstance, you should just play your best build. As long as your best build is something somewhat average strength. That's what matters most. You being comfortable with a build matters the most. Okay? Lethality in crit is a common fight where crit has a higher top end, so it's more risky. Lethality gets a lot more free gold and cheaper power spikes, and it's easier to pull off because, like, your bleed works a little bit differently and maybe does a little bit more. And overall, just lethality is more competitive than crit for sure. Especially with the way that it builds, where, like, you always get Edge of Night and GA on lethality. You won't always have the slot to go shield bow GA on crit. It's just kind of how it works, at least without overbuying 25%. And then maybe you try and put, like, Bloodthirster in that spot. But overall, why would you go lethality over crit? Because you prefer it. You prefer it. You see angles with it better. That's it. You could find some min-max times where you're like, if I was crit there, I would have dealt more damage and I could have carried that fight. True. But there's likely a million other things that matter more in that situation that you're even having a conversation. So overall, I think the main thing to do is just look at which one's performing best in that patch and just let that be the thing, really. So like right here, which one's performing best? Well, right here, you can see that most popularly, you have a lot more, lethality than you do have crit. Not all collector games are crit. So let's see. So collector is being built into lethality the most, and then bruiser, or maybe not bruiser, that could be crit still, but crit wouldn't go profane. Collector into Hubris would likely be lethality. This would definitely be crit, and then Bruiser variant. So you can see lethality is picked a little bit more, and that's really about it. Now you talk about win rate, but then you'd bring up sample size, and then would be stuck with the same thing, whatever you value. Overall, I think lethality is just better, so I'd play it for that reason. Also, it kind of just is more like. It runs a little bit faster. It gets in and out of fights a little bit better. It builds cooldown reduction, which gives you more outplay potential. So, is what it is. But yeah, if you're playing to swap your builds every single time, like for every game, like I look at my team, I look at their team, you would address what your team doesn't have, then you'd address what they have, and then you'd pick your build. So if your team has no front line, I'm not going lethality, even if all of them are squishy. Maybe you've seen me do that sometimes. You can do that. That's an option. But more times than not, I would look at what my team needs, try and make that happen. Wow, these questions. We're at the second one, by the way. Holy shit. We are in for it. If you could make a briar skin for any skin line, what would it be? If I were to make a briar skin line for any skin, I like Coven a lot. I like Nightbringer, Dawnbringer. Come on, just think about these. I will need a lot of water here, right? These questions really haven't really ping-ponged off you guys very much, but, tell me, man. Read the chat. Look down. If you look at this shit, come on. Type league. Tell me Briar wouldn't go crazy in some of these. Come on. Look at these concept art. You're telling me Briar wouldn't go crazy in something like this? Briar in this. These blue daggers. Come on, man. So yeah, or Coven. Obviously, Coven's one of my favorites of all time. Every woman in Coven is a baddie. Your camera's blocking it. You look at the small picture then. We're not going back. You know what I'm talking about. Figure it out. Google what I Googled and go look at what's there. You're fine. But yes, but thank you though. Um, yeah, those Dawnbringer, Nightbringer, Coven, Blood Moon. I like the darker theme ones. I look, man. I used to play Kane. Okay, I've always I've always been edgy, at least a little bit. Um, firstly, next up is firstly, I just want to say that you're a very good role model for Gen Z gamers as a whole. I know a couple times you mentioned that you were on the internet very early on in your life, and that you got me thinking, what was Logan doing, or what did he think he wanted to pursue that early on in life? I myself am very demotivated to go out in the world and work as well as continue to pursuing my comp sci degree. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't know about comp sci. That's something that I myself had to fall back from. I feel like if you're ever the nerdy kid in life, right? Then here, how about this? If your parents ever told you to hook up the HDMI cord into the TV and they thought you were a prophet, you likely looked at comp sci degree at some point in your life. It happened. It happened. I know it did. I know you thought about it. That's it. So yeah, comp sci is a tough one where like sometimes like the market can be a little scary. Sometimes the job sometimes like a little scary because you don't want to be like you just don't want to be bored. Like sometimes you do comp sci because you realize that you can do it, but you actually don't have like the knack for it, like the love that you feel like you should have. Sometimes that shit's a little scary, but I will say, um, you know, people in my life that have gotten a degree that they don't care about, they always say like, here's one thing that they always say. They always say, "I don't use this degree that I paid a lot of money for." Okay, and that is true, but it is always an option. And depending on your circumstance, sometimes you need more options than not. So, depending on how close you are to getting that, I would say just finish out or swap to something that you love, man. I every year I get a little bit older. I wish I had more time, and I'm young. And let me tell you, man, I really wish I had more options, but I got very lucky. I am where I am right now. A lot of big companies laid off a bunch of workers that they hired during COVID. Yeah, COVID shook up the online world a lot, for sure. One's comp sci degree, that is computer science. But yeah, so yes, I was on the internet very early. I had one brother, and he comes around my chat sometimes. And I had one brother. My brother was more into like wrestling and going outside, stupid shit like that. And I was I was internet gaming, bro. Um, like that's really it. I wanted a laptop when I didn't even have internet because I was like, there's something you can do on this shit when it has no internet, and that I would just spend all my time on that. There was parts of my life that I was super poor. Like obviously, when you're poor as hell, you don't have internet, right? And man, I wanted a laptop so bad because like you could do something. I would open command prompt and I'm like, oh, oh. That was like younger years. Like I thought I was fucking cooking, man. I was a hacker man's. Um, yeah, and then once I got internet, there was points in my life where I had internet and then I would lose it, had it, lose it, so on. So, yeah, man, I was fucking. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I was on like just scouring the internet, man. That's really it. Message boards, whatever it was. Um, like what are some notable things? LimeWire. Okay, were you there for LimeWire? Were you there at the start of like the Pirate Bay and shit like that? Like way before it was popular, like shit like that, where just getting it started, just to understand to get to a lot of those things, which are pretty default now. I think everyone knows about it now. It was a lot, especially I was younger, so trying to make it work. As a toddler, I always wanted to draw, dude. Yeah, drawing is so cool. I feel like most people go through a drawing arc. Will we have a Logan Jungle Brother collab on stream? He lives in a different state, so if there's ever a reason to, sure. But yeah, like Dude, the AOL sound, and then you got mail, bro. That was peak. I was playing the polar bowling, the pinball, right? The pinball, the space pinball, solitaire, spider solitaire. Like, bro, those were the things, man. I don't know. So it was like as early internet as shit like that, and it's kept it pushing. But yeah, so I was kind of always around the internet a little bit, but I also like when I hit like 10-ish, I found like a lot of message board websites. Like who wasn't on? Look, man, there were some message boards about like vampires, bro. There was a message board for you, no matter who you were. Okay, and I don't know. I was just talking to a lot of people, reading a lot of posts, and fucking. Like that was like I was going to school the whole time, so I would get my social stuff there, and then I would come home and I'm just reading what the fuck did he do, and you have to like figure out like, come on, is that true? And so yeah, man, that's really all it was. I was just a standard kid. I loved fucking playing video games, 24/7. I said it from the fucking day I woke up that I was going to do something with video games, and that actually changed a million times. I was like, I want to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a psychologist because I was like, I don't know, I felt like I like saw these cues in people and I was like, I could help them and shit like that. And yeah, I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not disciplined enough to go that route and stick through it. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I don't know. So we'll get through that as a whole. But yeah, early on, I was just on the internet or playing video games 24/7, going to school, and I always had my friend group. Dude, these questions, these are good questions. Do you have any college experience? Yes. Dropped out halfway through to do this. What do you do in your free time? This viewer, 2x. What do you do in your free time when you're not working? W calling it working, by the way. So if you watch the day in the life video, it's pretty realistic. I genuinely, like, I wake up. Here's standard days for me right now, include the gym or not. Wake up, go to the gym or not. I think about content as a whole. I reply to comments. I check all of my social media and my emails. And then I sit down at my desk while I'm eating. I turn on stream and I stream for as long as I am. I get off stream. I will maybe hop in a Discord call with my friends. I'll talk about the stream. I'll talk about what I thought. I'll talk about things I would like to do better for a good hour. And then after that, I will, either do some editing, make videos, or, just tie in some loose ends. And then I'll maybe play like 2 hours of something while I stay up till like 4 or 5 a.m. And then I'll go to sleep, and I do it every day. So, one of the biggest things is that content will take over your life, and it is not as much of a dream as it once felt like it would be. But I'm very grateful for it. But it is not. I'm very fucking. I'm not very good at half-assing shit that I want to do. So I get very consumed in things I like, and I like making content. I like the idea of what content could look like for me. I like the idea of reaching out to people on a broad scope and, being a part of people's lives in a good way. I really like that. And I'm not very good at it, so I spend a lot of time trying to get better at it. And that's about it. So it's like making content, thinking about what's next, an hour of a game, go to sleep. That's it. I really don't do too much. I've always been this way, though. Whenever I have my thing, it's all I do. You should see me when I actually get locked onto things. It is all that I think about. It is all that I think, research, do. When my brain chooses something and I can't control what it is. When my brain chooses something, it is all I can think, eat, sleep, breathe, do. It is a blessing and a curse. So is what it is. Like that's why you'll see me like you guys have seen me right now on Phasmo. Phasmo's been getting like 4 hours out of me. That is low end. Man, I'm talking like 14 hours straight without a breather. and I'll do it for 3 weeks straight. Like, I'd love getting my little tism. So, but either way, I was recommended this channel randomly years ago, and I had no idea it would be the chillest, smartest, most emotionally intelligent creator I've seen on the platform. Maybe I question of feet when. When not. I do appreciate all these kind words. These are kind words, and I appreciate them. These are not true. Not true. These are not true. Maybe chillest. No, dude. There's chiller. Smartest, no. Emotionally intelligent, I could be up there. I could probably be up there. What colognes does the Briar guy use? Also, left or right foot, right. And I use Old Spice deodorant and Target brand cologne. I think it has a number. I forget what it is. How do I team fight with Briar in late game? What's the best scaling build? Scaling is relative to your job. But if I had to choose something, it's probably something utilizing a full health build with Titanic Butt Cleaver and Overlord's Bloodmail. Technically, a 2-hour game with Hubris. I don't know how much you want to do that. But probably like a standard build in a standard game would probably be something Titanic Butt Cleaver, Overlords. I do team fight in Briar in late game. And late game team fights happen really fast, so you have to see them coming, stop your teammates from making the game-losing play, or you have to make the game-winning play. But the game-winning play is very tough to find, so more times than not, you wait for someone on their team to mess up. When they mess up, you're going to W/Q, Titanic W2, buffer E. And then you're going to run away, and then you're going to ult back in, and that's it. That's like the best thing. Or you WQ if they're close enough, Titanic W2, you're going to E them away, you'll flash away, and then you'll start shooting ult. That's like the best thing to do in late game. Or just hit a million-man ult. Either one. The key is to not go too far first before your team. Late game team fights are not who made the better big play, it's who didn't make the mistake. Love the AMA idea. I love your variety streaming. To be honest, what you call it streaming at this point, real. Because it is with your goals of creating and putting out more variety content, do you have a plan as to what genre of games you plan to rotate through? Or do you just plan out content for whatever you're enjoying at the moment? This is like one of those things that sits in my head for hours and I never make a decision on, where it's like, you know, I think that there's a lot of merit to big streamers playing these like $2 games that take like 2 hours, making as much content out of them as possible, spam posting those clips to get as many clicks as possible. I think there's a lot of tangibility in that as a growing creator. As that being like a really good business venture where like you're like, hey, I'm fucking doing what's popping, right? Currently I've been just doing things that I like. So I played, I tried Monster Hunter Wilds because I loved World, RE9 because I'm Leon, and now I'm doing Phasma because I'm liking it. So, it's not like just because you do what you think is right and you do what the world tells you is right, like, hey, these games are popping, play these games, doesn't mean that you're going to see the same gains as they are. So then it's like, I did the right thing, but it didn't work out. So should I have been doing what I liked? And it's tough. Most of the time, it's things I like because I think I make the best content that way. Can you go over all the meta matchups that are hard or counter Briar? I've done that in the past. I might redo it here soon. But this one, where is it at? This 11 months ago one is mostly still true. No lie. These are still mostly very true. So you could still utilize this. If you wanted one right now, though, I could give you the One Tricks guide. One Tricks guide I actually fully redid right here. Right? Logan Jungle, Briar guide. I redid all the matchup guides because they have way more tiers than what mine did. Or at least it felt like it. And this is fully up to date. So, One Tricks. Go to that. Thank you for all the good work you do. Keep it up. Yes, sir. Now for my question. If you could pick a Briar skin, what would it be? Part of a skin line, original concept, curious undertake, since a lot of people seem to think the first two skins are low effort or bad. Best wishes all the way from EU. Thank you, my boy. We answered that one earlier. Yeah. I think I did miss one. I think Briar would also look good in, what's it called? Like some fun ones. Pool party, right? Come on. Little pool floaty pillory, talk to me. Yeah, that one. Cafe Cuties, I feel like this is a sell. But yeah, I think there's definitely one more. What was it? Pool party? One. Definitely not Briar could be really funny. I don't have an idea of how they'd cook that, but it definitely not Briar would be funny. Like a Yumi costume or something like that. Like a Yumi costume on Briar, that'd be cool. I asked for a hair bun tutorial a few videos and still haven't gotten it. Yeah, I'm not going to post that on YouTube because that is not good. I do my hair on stream though, and hopefully you see this and join stream and maybe catch it that time. It's not a very good video for a Briar YouTuber. Hey, here's 30 seconds on how to do my bun. You become part of my YouTube routine for a while already. From a standpoint, how would you compare your time making tubers versus live stream Twitch? Here's the good, bad, the ugly of each. It depends on how good or bad the day is. The thing about Twitch is Twitch is very, like, I turn it on and I'm at work and, the time just goes. And if I'm having a great day, you can log like 9 hours having a great day. But sometimes when you're losing every game and everyone's trying to rage bait you and piss you off, sometimes 2 hours feels like forever. So, YouTube's a little bit different where YouTube, you have to do a lot of your work on planning. You have to come up with the idea. You have to figure out how you're going to present it. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say, hey, this is the new best thing? Are you trying to say this is a new fun thing that I like to do? So YouTube's a lot of planning, and then you need to get into game and get that circumstance. I plan to do a lethality game against 5 squishy members of enemy team, and I get 10 games of them locking double tank. What's your plan? So you have to come up with a lot of ideas. And then, at least in my opinion, you got to come up with a lot of ideas. Then I go into games and I'm like, hey, this one makes the most sense. Hey, we got this idea. And I just let them shoot off naturally. That way I don't have any overforced YouTube videos. Because if you look at my catalog, almost every time that I do an idea, it fell into place because I have so many different working ideas and I just pull the one that I'm like, oh, perfect. And there's sometimes where I challenge that where I'm like, hey, I bet I could do it against double tank because then people start talking about that and it works out. So sometimes one idea works both ways. But overall, that's why I take Tuesdays off. I don't stream on Tuesdays mostly because that's my YouTube day. And I usually get about 4 videos done on a Tuesday. And that feels like a very good day for me. So, but like streaming, right? Like streaming, you can do a lot while streaming. Like doing this AMA streaming technically counts as streaming, but I'm making a video. The best content, rephrasing. The most efficient content you could ever get is to plan everything that you do on stream and only do things on stream that you're planning to put on YouTube, and then you're always fucking doubling up. This is a thankless part of the job. I very rarely do that, and I could do that a lot. But I don't know. People have said that actually, like 3 people have said that they don't like feeling like it's double dipping to do that, and I don't think it's double dipping to do it like common, right? Often, once a week. I don't think that's double dipping because some things happen on stream that are genuinely like the coolest shit and put it on YouTube. But if I were to start like streaming myself, if I made the stream title "Stream myself making videos" and then I don't read my chat, that's not the type of stream that I want to do. I am very high interaction on stream, so that's what I like to do. So I separate them a lot, and I work longer hours because of that, but it's kind of work, kind of worth. Will you ever make an updated Briar Top Guide? I actually have been updating the Briar Top Guide a little bit. Maybe you have a specific matchup that you're not particularly happy with, but again, I have 3 Mobile Fire guides, and I have my One Tricks guide, and then I have, all my content that I make. So certain things do get pushed down more. Yeah, March 7th was the last time I touched it. That was 12 days ago. And I've been updating things like right here. I've been adding a lot. So just keep checking it. It's definitely not something that is at the top of my list right now, but I do update it every time I can. Second to that, please. Yeah, we got some top lane gamers. Which part of Briar's kit do you like and find the most interesting, either in playability or just concept? I love her ultimate. I love 1v1s. Oh, I love 1v1s. I love flying at people. Love that. Where'd you get your Briar cosplay? Dude, no lie. What's it called? No lie. I got it from AliExpress. 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 Like, it's actually off-brand as fuck. But it was the only one that made one big enough that I could fit. So, if you're over 200 pounds, you're looking for one, AliExpress place to go. But yeah, it was cheap as fuck too. But it is what it is. That was my first time ever using the website. I don't know much about it, but it seems like something's off because everything's $1 or some shit. So I don't know what's going on. Use it at your own accord. That's the first time I ever used it, and it worked for me. I decide what items to go on the fly. Your preferred items, of course, but when is it worth looking to buy unusual items? And are there still items that are necessary on Briar regardless of matchup? Yeah, I basically always do it where you have your core items and then you have everything afterwards. So my first 2 items and boots are the things that I just am going. That's my core build. So Titanic by Cleaver, Bork by Cleaver, Kraken Bork, whatever. So those 2 will never change. And then the other 3 are countering enemy team things. So enemy team has a lot of AD, Death Stance. A lot of CC, Sterix. A lot of magic damage, Spirit Visage. A lot of anti-heal, and I'm actually going to play for my team in that way. Boom. Serpent's Fang, they have a lot of shield, so on. So, anytime after my second item, my 2-item core, I think Briar spikes really hard on first and second item. So, I do that that way. But yeah, I don't know. It just comes with time when you realize, like, against Ivern, and Serpent's Fang does really well. I will now be building that third. And that's about it. Hopefully that answered it. But yeah, I don't know. Well, how do I decide what items go on the fly? It's just a lot of when I die, I think about what killed me. What actually caused my death? Was I not dealing enough damage that I had to go very far? Was I not tanky enough to survive their burst? Did their CC stop me from moving? Like, what is the reason that I died? And when I die, I think about that, and I compile all that, basically. I would like to get a better understanding about diving towers. I had a stroke after I dove with Jackson return. I would like to know the other bad champs to dive. It's not bad champs to dive as much as bad gameplay on your end. Like, some champions are harder to dive than others. Diving Yuumi is very easy in comparison to diving Jax, of course. But overall, I mean, there's a lot to that where, you know, if you W towards Jax, that puts him in a position where he has to E. Now you can cancel your E, or cancel your W with your E, and you already baited out his E. So at the end of your E, his E is over. And then you get Q auto Titanic, and if depending on his health, that could be a really good play. So it really just comes down to you need to change your thought process from how do I just play my game, and how do you counter their game while playing your game? So I would try to think about baiting out their cooldown. See what you can do to make them use the cooldown without putting yourself in a bad spot. What's your favorite Japanese action actress? I don't really watch Japanese films like that. I watch anime, but that's it's not an actress. So I don't have an answer. Sorry, bro. Sorry, my friend. Holy questions. A few questions. Sorry if I've already been asked. First impressions of Briar when she was teased. The cinematic actually jump scared me when she like goes up to the cell door. Briar teaser. So there in one of these, she pops up and you get here. And yeah, when you're close, she like actually jump scares you. Where is it at? Was it right here? Yeah, right here. That scared me one time because I'm looking at this, and then I turn my head and I look back and I saw this. I was like, "Whoa, chill." I didn't think I would vibe with her as much because the way this looks isn't, as cool as her splash arts and in game. So, I felt actually like this didn't paint the best picture of her. Until I watched a little more and accepted, okay, maybe it's just the animation style, really. Especially at this part. But yeah, right here, this shit. That's a jump scare. That's a jump scare. So I've always walked there. Who do you play these days as a backup? I pretty much get Briar every game. So I'll pull up. This is my highest ranking account right now. And we have 2 games. We have Zinzao and Kane on them. So Zinzao, Kane, and Nocturne are my go-to 3. They're just people that I played years ago. That's really it. That 3D model is cooked, man. Do you ever think there'd be a new champion to dethrone Briar for you? No. There's a lot of champions I really do like, man. Like I said, I'm edgy, bro. I love the idea of playing Kane every game. I'm edgy as fuck, bro. I fuck with Aatrox and Pantheon because their quotes are so hard. I love that. But I will say, Briar's personality falls very in line with mine, and that is just truly lucky. Where, she has, again, I'm going to say this. I acknowledge that the way I say things, is very likely to get misinterpreted. You just kind of have to know me to get things. She has dickhead humor. She is dickhead humor. It's she's just saying some shit. It's did she just say, I'm gonna bite you? It's yeah, she did. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, or when she gets a kill and screams, I win, bro, that's just hard. So, yeah, I don't know. It just falls in line with a lot of things that I like. So I don't know. Come on. Where's it at? Yeah, right here. This is a major sound test. I'm going to turn it very low for you.
I win!
I'm too smart.
I win!
Yeah, dude. These things are fucking awesome. So yeah. I don't know. These are things that I think are very funny.
Stuck in my teeth.
This shit that's cool. It's dude, if you watch my content, you know how there's a part of me that's healed, bro, where I see someone trolling and I'm see this dickhead, he's trolling, man. It's fine. And then you cut it. That's kind of I don't know, it's similar in the way if you see what I'm saying. Where it's shit ain't sweet around here, but goddamn, man. So yeah. But yeah, this is my favorite quote. It's not even close. So yeah, how do we get there? So yeah, I don't think any champion would dethrone Briar for me because the personality makes a lot of sense. I like the humor. It's it's what I fuck with the most. So plus Briar's the champion that any of you are even here today. Which that'll always have a soft spot in my heart. That's why I do. That's why we got the tattoo, man. But we'll talk more about that. I think I saw a question about that. As someone who's trying to get in shape, but also climbing league while working full-time, any recommendation of managing time? Not really a question, but hope you make a video for this. Your attitude for the game and life are super positive, and the vibes are immaculate. Been a long-time fan of your growth. It's been insane and enjoy to watch. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate all the positivity. As someone trying to get in shape, man, the hardest set's driving to the gym. The hardest set is driving to the gym. It's the drive. Everything at the gym is easy. So, trying to get in shape. If you're trying to just lose weight, if that's what you mean in shape is, because I could be getting jacked or could be losing weight. Trying to, oh, sorry. My alerts are. There we go. Jessica, thanks for the follow, bro. I fixed that. If you're trying to just lose weight, bro, just fix your diet. Yeah, man. There's let's say an average person needs 2,000 calories. Don't go to 1,000. Then your body's going to overstore, bro. It's going to hold on to everything it has. It thinks that you're starving us and we're going to die. Go to 1,700. Okay? And you'll slowly lose weight. You'll feel better. Everything will be a lot easier. And your body won't hold on to weight to where you can actually start tangibly losing things. All you got to do is eat a little better. Now, if you're actually trying to get, trying to put a little muscle, don't misunderstand working out at home is fine, dude. 30 minutes at home, just doing something adds up a ton and gives you some good fucking lines, man. It really does. So, I myself at my last job, I would take my lunch break. I was given a 30-minute lunch break. I would literally just work out right then. It is so easy to go to the gym on the clock. Okay. Dude, when you got to go to the gym on your time, it sucks. Okay. You got to go to the gym on company time. Woo! So I don't know where you work, but if you can, you got 30-minute lunch, bro, work out there. Bring a yoga mat, put it on the ground, work out then. Trust me, bro. Trust me. It's a key. Getting paid to work out, so much better. So find any way to cheat the system like that. How do you feel about more high elo briar content creators recognize briar as a good pick for even high elo, not just iron to bronze? I don't think they do, or at least I haven't seen that. Most of the time, they're like the posts are open ended. That like, hey, here's a tier list. But then if you actually ask them, hey, would you play Briar in GM Plus? They'd be like, no, fuck that. So, but yeah, I'm. If people are talking about Briar in general, I'm happy. I feel like she deserves just more talk. So, no matter what they're saying, I'm just happy they're talking about her. But yeah, thank you for everything. This is a great idea for you. You're awesome and should be proud of yourself. Thank you, bro. Has your tier list in matchups for jungle changed with the new season? Not much, but one tricks. By the way, should I've been typing these like in those? No, I can't, dude. I can't go back and type now. We're too far. How do you know when to invade versus stay in your own jungle? Mostly just matchup knowledge. It's like certain champions I know get really weak in their first clear, and I make it a plan to fuck up those ones. Like Silas. Silas jungle gets so low health. Kill it. People, if I'm unsure about how low health they'd be after first clear, I just do my own clear. Or if there's like a good ward and I see an opportunity, something like that. How do you handle if your team's vision game is weak, but you need a scanner for ganks? Do you just get more wards, focus on clearing it? If their vision game is weak, you need to if you're low elo and you struggle with like vision, you need to work on seeing what's behind that fog to know what's there, right? So if I myself ward their Raptors at the start of the game, I see where he paths to, I know where he is. Now I know what's behind that fog. I don't need to see it. So that's like likely the best way is to genuinely just pay a lot of more attention to your minimap. You'll know where people are, and that means that you don't need a ward for it. But yeah, I think you'll be fine not doing the vision work. You're only one person, bro. Pick up the scanner, make your own plays. I think it's fine. Hey, have you tried Bel'Veth mid? If no, could you try it mid with Hail Blade? I think it's so fun. You're a demon? Maybe, but no, I never have. Why are you so cute? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So to someone, I'm probably butt ass ugly. But to you, maybe I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? As a fellow Briar lover, I need to understand how do you choose your runes before the game and which build they work the best. Thank you for all the videos. Yeah, that's we covered that one earlier, right? Yeah, I'll just link them the video that we talked about. Boom. Oh, not caps. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. How do you win game? Question mark, exclamation point. Kill the Nexus. Kill Nexus. I actually do need to be typing some of these. Because I reply to every comment. So I'm going to have to say in video or something. You're a fucking specimen, Logan Jungle. Is that good or bad? As a new Briar player and new Jungle player, what's the most important thing to focus on to improve? Like, what should I meaningful think about every game? Farming efficiently. Number one thing is you guys aren't hitting your camps well enough. What are some good matchups? Bad matchups for early invading with mid laners placing Raptor Ward so often you have the timer on enemy. But not sure when my matchups are good to capitalize. Briar's pretty universally good in early game. Prio people that get low health, like Kane, Silas. Try and give him a third here. Maybe even Zen. Sindel gets a little cold. What's the strategy against hard counter champions like Shaco or for me Warwick? Buffer E into their CC and ultimate if you don't have E. Use Titanic for Shaco boxes. If you had as much money as you needed, what tattoo would you get besides more feet? Now that's a good parenthesis right there. Probably something anime related. I have I've read a lot of manga in my time, and I have a catalog of images of panels that I really want. Some of ranging from Vagabond, Berserk, Goodnight Poon Poon, one of my goats. Gantz has some peak. Chainsaw Man. Yeah, those are pretty good. Maiden Abyss has some cool panels. Like they have a demon creature in it, and it looks pretty cool. It's kind of briar like if you think about it. Why is Stridebreaker not built over Black Cleaver? Because armor pen and ability haste are very good. Why PTA over lethal tempo? PTA gives burst. LT gives longer fight value. Always will burst. Right, my point there is you will always burst someone in a fight. You'll always start a fight with 3 autos on Briar, right? WQ, Titanic, W2, minimally proccing PTA. You won't always get LT value, so it's just better. How long do you think you'll make videos? As long as possible. What made you start playing Briar? Tried her and loved it first game. Felt like I could learn more. Good, you? I'm liking how we're doing this. For the simple ones, I can just say it out loud. Do you think of Briar Short cosplay, the TFT skin, and should be added in the main game? Like it, love it, and want it. We get some easy questions now. How do I play when enemy is Kane when counterpicked in 1v1? W sideways to dodge his W. Q him when he in walls. Use ultimate. E his ultimate. Also. Best strategy to win as Briar and Brawl. Big damage build and go in second after your team. It's usually easy. Can you do something about Shyvana? I know you are not playing it, but I like your content and trust your opinion. Maybe. If there's a cool build, I'm not against it. How do you approach a team with 3 tank champions? Bork plus Black Cleaver plus more ability haste and good ease. Ease or good demon combos. Probably demon combos. How would Collector Shojin work? Big damage bleed. That's how. Collector obviously giving you the execute and bleed, and then Spear of Shojin increasing your ability damage and passive damage, so your bleed would be chunking. We get a tier list with your best and worst matchups in Briar. A lot of you guys want a tier list. Guides here. Look old videos or here. Nice. What do you pick if Briar gets banned? Sin, Nocturne, Kane. Reina Briar tips. Take good auto augments and build Bork first. What characters you never YOLO ult at? I always YOLO ult. We should have been doing this, guys. I reply to every single comment on this channel, so I need to be doing this. Do I wait for 3 autos in Titanic if I have hill weights? No. Wait 1. You want to get it on cooldown ASAP. What jungler would you recommend to a Briar to be as a second pick? Nocturne. Very similar. Hi, Logan. What's a shit Briar player to found your channel now? Briar to be. Thanks for the knowledge. 2 questions I have. What do I do in games where enemy team perma focuses on me? Currently, Gold 4. I've had games where the enemy team perma focuses on me. I get camped by 3 or 4 people in jungle. Every team fight, it's me thereafter. How do I play around games like this? On games where the enemy team picks Briar, what champion should I recommend to counter? I played many games of Briar, not so much against her. Go ahead and play Nocturne. Nocturne's a good one. We're getting focused a shit ton. Okay. See the card coming before it's too late. Predict when they are looking and leave. Let them waste time. That's like the number one. Other than that, bait your team or wait for your team to get engaged on, then ultimate to follow up. Don't do it all yourself, tanking and damaging. And then Nocturne, Zinzao, Kane. It is very lucky that the people that I play in Briar isn't there also are good into Briar. What is the most in-game skill to work on to reach Master in general with any jungle champ? Also, I wanted to ask about the feat. Again, they're these questions, I also thought them when I was trying to climb in League. I always thought there was one thing that I was doing wrong, and the answer is that it's not just one thing. It's not one thing. It's small amounts of everything. Fix a little of everything. Yeah, I mean, to say a little bit more, you need to farm a little bit better. You need to not die a little bit more. You need to kill people a little bit more. You need to win 1v1s a little bit more. Increase all of those things. Just a little bit. And you'll reach anything. There is no one thing. If you can farm perfectly, but god damn it, you can't click even Karthus correctly, you're fucked. Is what it is. When are you getting more feet video streams? Huh? Giving them a huh. I'm playing Era Mayhem recently. Love it when I get Briar and never know what, if any, changes should I make to my build. Would be great to know some particularly fun ones. Try out what scenarios they work in. Also, same target what our picks are. In ARAM, I main Tank Briar, Titanic, H-Steel, Overlords, Spear Visage. So broken, actually. She has increased healing in there. Your E is crazy. None are really bait. Just need to sync it with your build. Nice. Got you into League, and why do you enjoy the jungle role over other lanes? Randomly found it in Season 2, and loved dropping 30 bombs on beginner bots as Rise. Jungle makes me think. I like thinking. God damn, guys. Are we... man, we're not even close. Holy shit, do we have to do this twice? Holy fuck. What other games do you enjoy? Resident Evil. Shooters. R6. Val. Stuff like that. What else do I like? Oh, Final Fantasy. Five. That's my favorite. It's up there. On Briar, when playing jungle this season in general, I find it very difficult to know when is it worth sacrificing my clear and gank in the early game. What are some signs and triggers you look for when you're doing it first to clear, make you feel confident? Hitting the go button. In low elo, always clear. 99% of the time. High elo, look for ganks that are very high chance of working, while also getting good wave state. Very important. The gank doesn't matter if you get bad wave state. Currently playing well in Emerald despite still losing. How do I make the push to higher lows? Get a little better at everything. Has anyone in your family seen the Briar tattoo yet? How do they react? Also, what made you decide on realistic tattoo rather than some other style? Yes, everyone. When you post a Briar feet tattoo, it gets around. You post any tattoo, it gets around. How do they react? They loved it. And support what I do. Also, what made you decide on realistic? It looked the best. That's it. Thank you. Thanks for the content. The question is, would you recommend low elo players go to practice tool to have a faster clear, or do those few seconds impact way less than choosing good fights plays later in the match? I guess that's not briar. What are your top 3 bans? Yes. Fast clear, very important to me. Top 3 bans, Belveth, Victor in mid, Ribbon in top. Is Kindred a good second pick for Briar? If not, why? Yes, very good. I play a lot of Kindred. When's the fear vid? I don't know. Had to ask, but what if your Briar got banned in enemy team picture? What do you usually pick? Zinzao? Kane? Actor. Feel like we're gonna hear this one a lot. Mentioned recently that you would have started playing the Neferi. Is that still happening? Will you make Neferi videos? When and if you do? Also, the amount of times I was tempted to type, but instead just muted the other person skyrocketed since I started watching you. Yes. At some point, yes. And W muting, for real. When did you hit your first challenger? Question. I know I posted it, so I just gotta find my first screenshot, I guess. Just on Twitter, scrolling down right now. We're still going. All right. All right. I got Challenger in August of 2024 for the first time. A little bit about me. I started in Season 2. Didn't play ranked till Season 3. Season 3, I got Gold. Season 4, I got Plat. Season 5, I got Diamond. Season 6, I got Diamond, then quit till Season 10. And then Season 10, I came back, and I think I got Plat. Next season, I got Diamond, then Masters, then Grandmaster, then Challenger. So, aim to go up 1 rank every time. You know, I myself I wasn't some prodigy of the game. Like I've always been very naturally good at anything, but the reality is that I was unable, in a lot of times in life, I was unable to acknowledge a lot of the things that were holding me back, and much like every other League player, I would often like get caught up in the negativity, typing, losing games unlocked. But because I was naturally good at things, I would still see growth. And that's a shitty cycle to get into. So I would say try and cut out all negativity and focus as much as you can. Yeah, when I got back to the game. How did you decide what to build? How did you decide? Kathy! Thank you. That raid is crazy. Thank you for the 21. I'm doing an AMA really quick. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. How do you decide what build to go to when 2 different builds work for different champions? One might work against their mid and jungle, the other works with that. For the other 3, do you just go to the build that works for more people? Yep. More people. Keep slaying the rift. You're the GOAT. Thank you so much. Logan, I love you. No, you do not. Polar Bear Girl Raid. Holy shit. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you. August 2024. What is your reaction time test score on Humans Benchmark? Action. I don't know. 181? What the fuck? I'm old. This mouse is broken. I'm happy I did this. I swear this shit was 90 like last month. I don't know how this website works, but other website says 90. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like 170 for this though. Yeah, 170. I played so much Briar that I'm getting a bit bored, so now I'm trying other champions. Viego Kane. Do you think if Briar is our best champ, should we keep one trying to stay sharp? Does it make sense to add other champions? One tricking briar is really strong, and the best way to play her. But playing OP champs is good in its own right. Do what makes you have the most fun. How to carry more games when you're fed. A lot of times you get a big advantage and fail to make big impact to win in the long run. Your good plays are good, but you fumble with bad deaths. Look closely at why you die in game. How can I learn to turn early lead into invite? Look at you guys. Twins. Twins. That was good. Is there a jungle or team comp matchup where you straight up would not pick Briar? Hell no. Briar all the way. Having a hard time playing against Mundo jungle early game. Always my favorite. Every time I play against Mundo, we lose later on because my team ends up feeding him every time. Work BC and win. Lethal tempo if you want more sauce. Who are your favorite musicians and artists? Wow, dude, this one's really tough. I grew up listening to country, Jason Aldean, and Trace Adkins. Then post-hardcore, Amorosa, Dance Gavin Dance, The Devil Wears Prada. Then R&B, Charlie Wilson, WV, right? Let me pull my playlist, see if I can get him some good shit. Plus, I can skip this song. I feel like I'm doing this too quick here. Is there anyone else? Oh, Frank Ocean's up there. But yeah. I'll put him in R&B, I don't know. Now, I think it's called Deathcore. I guess I could add more to these. Did I just put MIW? You think they would know that? Probably. Yes. Probably fine. MCC or 360 ranked. That was 360 ranked when it fucking mattered. I could add a shit ton of bands to this. Attack, bro. Don't get me started. Dude, what is that band called? Yeah, dude. Halo 3 ranked was the key, man. Lone Wolves, I got 49 on 2 accounts and went on a 7-game win streak. Still never got 50. And I was 49 in doubles because I never played with a duo. But that was tough. Yeah, what am I looking for? Yeah, dude, what is that fucking band's name? Why am I blanking? We just listened to the song. We're going to listen to it again just because I forgot it. Shadow of Intent. Thank you. I completely forgot. Holy shit, man. I blanked. What team and what kind of team comps would Endless Hunger be good or worth picking over Sterix? Over Sterix would be when you aren't getting bursted. Death Dance is better versus a burst, but I don't know. It's good versus burst, but has no tenacity. Hopefully that helps. Yes, very good. Exclamation points. Advice on playing Briar and teamfight skirmishes. I always try to focus AD carry, but the tanker champion that I don't want to focus is always right in front of a W. So way to improve that. You are making your approach too obvious. Hide your intent. / body language. And be explosive. Explosive. W1Q. Ultimate goes a long way. What is with you guys struggling against Mundo, bro? Beat that guy's ass! Yes. Briar Jungle and Mundo, what item feels best for crushing them in spirit? Bork. BC every time. Not even close. Would you ever do a variety channel? I think you'd be great for playing horror games. I do appreciate you saying that because boy do I have the link for you. When fam? Dude, I don't know. How many questions have we done? Boy do I have the link for you. Oh shit, I missed one. Boy do I have the link for you. Thank you, my friend. How do I even play League? How do I even play League? When do you go certain lanes? Non-league question. Oh my god, what the fuck? How do I play League? When do you go certain lanes? Go jungle. Hit camps. No camps. Hit enemy. Okay. Honest opinion of the great... What the fuck is this? Nah, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't even understand it when I read it. What happens if Briar Old travels while you're in Herald and the ult hits? Then you will walk to your target. No fly. How do you continue to find German in every game you play? For a long time, a lot of fun came from feeling like I was learning every game, but I reached a point where I know I still don't actually know anything, and it feels like I'm still stuck on learning the same thing over and over. Where, like, I know what mistake I'm about to make and still fall into it every way. Don't look up. No one is oh, he's Trolley's dead. And then you get one shot by a talent. Do I just lack discipline? If so, is that something you can even learn? You... I don't know. Believe in yourself. This applies to everyone. You are destined for greatness. That's, it seems like most of this, actually. Just straight up, like, literally. You all are great, bro. But you just gotta believe, bro. And I know it's cliche, and I know everyone's said it, I know everyone's heard it. Literally. Just believe. If Briar ults Mord and then he ults someone other than her, she should enter a death warrant because she's that hungry. I agree. Why get on the right bounce team right now? Sorry. Sometimes it takes multiple like lessons to learn something. It's okay. Do 1% better every day, and you'll end up where you need to be. I find a lot of enjoyment teaching the game. I've always liked teaching. Do you ever wish to stream games other than League? I don't wish it. I just do it. Do you ever think there's a champion to pull interest off Briar? Probably for a patch or two, but nothing long term. How did Briar stick out to you? I loved the trailer, and when I played my first game, it felt awesome. I even lost it. If Briar was permanent, who would you main? Blue, tough one. Kane? Leon? I don't know. Graves? Do you think it's okay that I only play jungle and only play Briar and Master Yi? Yes, but drop Master Yi. What's your plan to deal with passively losing teams? Don't move, no prio. Wait for a mistake. Don't overforce out of emotional anger. Yo, the 50th comment. We're only at 50? No, shot him and not at 50. Alright, I've definitely done more than 50. Holy shit. If I'm only at 50, bro, I'm fucking cooked. My goat, thank you. Heard. Soon. I can try and do that. I have trouble deciding which boots I should go as briar mid. Sometimes I lose lane versus AP. Sometimes I still go tabby because I wonder how you deal with that. Yeah, sometimes it just be like that. If you're... Comes down to game plan and need. Do you actually need the boots to win 1v1? Probably buy those boots. If you can't play side lane, the game feels bad. Then third item, buy the other option. Meaning, like, if you need play to seal caps, then get DD third. I'm a baby briar main. I've been maining her for nearly a month. Her videos inspire me to finally pick her up. Fuck yeah. My question is, how do I carry in Gold Elo? I find I get really ahead. I get a lot of stuff. Early game 3-0, secure 2 Drakes, Grubs Herald. But I find I sometimes lose my lead so easily. What is your top tip for combating this and help carry my team? Try and follow all your stuff. You're doing great. Your biggest problem is your deaths. Find out what is actually killing you. What else do you keep ready in case Briar's win? Nocturne. Kane. I'll say it with me. Say it with me. So. How often do you play her seriously ranked in other roles other than jungle, and what are your ult picks there? I'm doing... I get auto-filled once every 50 games and doing mid lane challenge right now. I like Silas. Started playing League with Briar and never stop, or did you pick her up much later in playing? Did you start League with Briar? I've played since season 2, but picked her up day 1. What is your 4 favorite films all time? I probably can't answer this perfectly, but I'll name a few that stick. Cabin in the Woods, Evil Dead Remake 1, Due Date, fucking hilarious. The thriller movies. I know there's a thriller movie that I'm looking for. Bam. Yeah, nothing. Man, I really don't know. I feel like I should put another comedy then. Oh, Step Brothers, come on. Step Brothers up there. How's your day going? Going well. You? Limit testing on Briar. Seems like when I play Briar, I die a lot more compared to other champions. What should be my swing thought when wanting to make plays on Briar to avoid them going south? Look at the mini map more and make sure you have good numbers. Is it good to stack tenacity items against CC every comps, or just buying Mercs good enough? If I'm planning to buy Endless Hunger or Sterics for my third item, but I'm getting permanent CC, should I buy Mercs or should I wait for Endless Hunger or Sterics? Depends. Stacking them is fine because they are good, but buying 3 of them is probably overkill. Likely need to buffer your spells better. E and ultimate. It's a good way to get past CC. Buffer your spells. Yes, and rush down. I've been a Bork first enjoyer for a while. I wanted to switch to Titanic over Bork first item. What should I be doing differently to adjust to the change? And are there many matchups and scenarios in which you would build Bork first item and Challenger? Bork versus Mundo. But overall, Titanic is perfect, and you should look to do more short trades for burst than reset cooldown. What inspired you to play Briar? I had a lot of fun the first time. Eggs on burgers, yay or nay? Hell yeah. That's a hell yeah. If you had to choose another game besides League to full-time stream make videos on, what would you go with? Dude, actually an insane question. What would I choose? Man, I don't even know. I really don't even know. I know that, like, in a perfect world, I end up being a streamer that can just turn on anything and chill with the boys. That would be perfect. But, you know, it's one of the hardest things in streaming is to become a variety streamer. Overall, you know, like, if I just had to point and click pick a game, that's so tough. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom while I think about this. Yeah, my boy Lude got his, what is it, your wisdom teeth out, and you like, I don't know, you said you got one side that you can eat on, so it's either one or two. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I straight up got all four out, which wasn't that bad, but they tied the stitches in a way that the ends were stabbing up and stabbing down into my tongue. So if I laugh, breathe, eat, move, existed, you would feel all four of them scrape your tongue and then go back, scrape it again. And that was for fucking 2 weeks straight, 14 days of excruciating pain, of just tear. It sounded like, have you ever seen like a four-wheeler or a dirt bike go through mud? It's like, that's what talking was like. Sorry, man. I should, horror warning, but bro, and this was the moment that COVID hit, so you couldn't go to a doctor and get it fixed at all, because unless you weren't allowed in my state, you weren't allowed to go to the doctor unless it was a pure emergency. The moment COVID hit, so needing wisdom teeth out was an emergency, especially at 4. But yeah, you couldn't get that fixed. So for 2 weeks, I legit could not eat unless I was willing to take 4 fucking scars on my tongue, bro. Woo! My parents took away my pain meds, bro. The pain meds genuinely made it a million times better, and it was still rough. But yeah. See, Santa says I was hanging out with Guardsman Bob. Guardsman. This video is turning into a lot of chilling. I'm not gonna lie, it is what it is. If you're not here to chill, fuck you. Okay, I mean, this guy's huge. He still play? And who else? Noita. The hell is this? Never heard of this game. And then here, Noita's dope. What the fuck? You guys are familiar. We're talking about today, then after stream. Nah, I was talking overall. I always think it's really interesting to hear about where you guys watched before chilling with me. I don't know. I am very. This might not be George. We're getting to your question. It is like there's a lot of stress and a lot of bullshit and a lot of things that you get lost in when you stream. At least me, because I want to have an impact. I want to do these things. I want to do it. And yeah, it's like it's easy to get lost in sometimes, but you know, I don't know. It's like seeing who you guys watch gives me like a good hope for like it's like a gauge. I try and gauge like uh if you guys were willing to not even leave as if like you're like a thing. Um but it's like, I don't know, man. It's like if someone was watching Jinxie, Peanut, iShow Speed, and you turn off all three of those to watch me, I'm like, okay, I'm being entertaining, right? That means I'm competing, right? Um, so it's kind of I try and gauge how if I'm doing good this week or not based on that. Um, so anyway, yes. I was looking for brighter content, watch some Inori, and then you popped up and I've been here ever since. Let's go, Wolf. Yours is the best. Get out of here. Oh, stop. I know, though. I know. And we're getting better every day. Chill, chill, chill. Oh, dude, Ludwig, yeah. His like if you were a Ludwig enjoyer, a Markiplier enjoyer, and you watch me over them, I'm like, holy shit, man, I'm feeling good that week. And there's really no one's content that I'm like, they suck. I don't know. If they suck, then I wouldn't know them, and then I wouldn't know what to expect. So there's no wrong answer. Gotcha, Smack. You and some stuff I find interesting. When are you gonna do IRL stream? Probably when I have the money to do that. Probably. A lot of people want like more content. That are part of the community. They want me to do other stuff. I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of my shit's just money gated. All right. I live. I rent a room. I paid bills. I moved out very young, so I accrued a lot of debt, and then I had to pay that debt back off, and yeah, it's mostly just money. But anyway, back to what we're doing. If you had to choose another game besides League to full-time stream and make videos on and so on, what would you go with? League was always the dream. League, StarCraft, RTS, MOBAs, Warcraft 3, customs, like those were always my dream. So like I'll say right now, League is not what I wanted it to be when I was a kid. The game has developed in a direction that I would not have wanted it to. But it is different, and I like what it can do, and I like what I do with it. So League was always the dream, really, but it would probably be a MOBA. Like it wouldn't be Dota 2. Dota also moved away from what I wanted it to be, because I was playing Warcraft 3 Dota back in the day, and it is not the same game anymore. So yeah, I don't know. It would be a MOBA. It would be whatever you take League off the map, wherever everyone went. Whatever the biggest MOBA would be, I'd probably be playing that. No lie. So, if League didn't exist, it would be whatever was the biggest MOBA. Dude, we've scrolled down so much that this whole client is just dying. Strongest role in the game, jungle. What are your thoughts to reset after a game that you and three others were doing good? One guy somehow did bad into a hyperscaler champion, and you tried your best, but you lost. Tried your best. Learn from your first 4 deaths. Stand up. Come back. Win. Things of the past. Learn and let go. I bring it up every time, but play Deadlock. I know, man. I know. Started watching Twitch for Magic the Gathering streamers like Maidhound, Z-Main Character, and Voxy. Then I found your YouTube for your prior guide. Started tuning in the stream to catch a live experience. Let's go. Celestio! I think I said that right. I'm locked with the names right now. That's badass. I've heard of Voxy, I think. Maybe I'm thinking Moxie? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking Mug's Moxie Jug. So I don't know where I'm at now, but we can check. How to win after tossing the early game. Make less plays and counter their plays. Best way is to let them toss it. How do you know when an objective is free or when you can steal it? Based on where the enemies are and if I'd beat them in a fight. Steal is just ego talk. Hungry, that is literally right there. But yeah, dude, literally just when you're behind, making plays feels good because you're like, oh, give me it back. I want the game back. I'm coming back. I'm going to do it. No, let them make a play, then counter it. It's the easiest way to come back. Especially because in that circumstance, they're likely worth shutdowns and you get better trades. What's your comfort champion when you want to relax after playing too many Briar games in a row? Still Briar. When you love playing a champion, like comfort, the game League isn't League without Briar to me anymore. Is what it is. When did you start your YouTube channel? Probably 11 years ago. For my first channel. Then this one, like 10 years ago. How are you doing? Hope you're doing amazing today. I have an interesting question. Would you ever join an esports org or a team to show what the world what Briar can do? Also, do you ever feel like the league community needs a little bit more positive mental attitude? Positive mental attitude, especially around the pro scene. I wouldn't want to play pro nowadays because I like doing other things. It's a very demanding, very time demanding job. Like it scrim blocks and solo queue, you're like playing League for like 14 hours a day. There's a point in my life I would have been happy to do that. Not anymore. League community, yes. Pro scene, no. I like the rivalries. How do you spell that? Yeah. What do you do for a living? You're looking at it. Logan. Premium content specialist. What is that? Premium content specialist. Create, manage, and strategize high value, in depth assets such as. What is this, Willie? Rio console war kid. Yes. Xbox OG and Xbox 360 till I die. Gears of War on deck. Gears of War Halo 3 on deck at Solar. When and how did PC game get introduced to you? Always had a family computer, and my God, that was always peak. Once having, always had a family computer once it was normalized. I obviously wasn't born with one, but. Do you think you get higher rank playing a different champion than Briar? Whether or not you could, do you think you would enjoy the game now if you went and played other champions like you used to? Probably mostly because when a champion is disgusting broken on a patch, it's very like. Do you think you get higher rank? Yeah, because I played meta champions. They are super boosting. It's very boosting. So Briar is fine, but broken stuff is crazy. Looking at you and Bessa. Whether or not you could, do you think you would enjoy the game if you went and played other champions like you used to? Probably. League is cool. Do you think it's important to play carry junglers and low since it's often hard to rely on your team? No. Play your fave champ. That's it. Yo, Santa, enjoy some sleep, man. Appreciate you chilling. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, maybe. Continue the good work. Oh 07. Briar's fun, but Chase is balanced. He's likely above good. Especially in low elo. If not, in what way would you take her? I mean, yes. What's your morning routine? SSFs. If you know, you know. How do you land a successful cross map ultimate? I miss the majority of the time you don't target some of the other stream unless they're right in front of me. It's just so hard to hit. Play the game more and understanding what they want to accomplish. Holy shit. We're going to save you for later. We're going to save that one. That one needs a lot. Would say is the best general clear path for Briar. I know you like to try different things. What's your go-to? Raptor start. When Briar's been, what do you play? Did you hear it in your head when I said that? Yes, those are last bites. Hey Logan, would love to know why Briar's pick rate drops harder the higher level you're playing. What does other champions do better than her? What is Briar lacking? Kiting ain't no real answer. Well, I will say that this is a real answer. That's it. But I'll try and interact further since they are they challenging me to say that this is not an answer, because I'll take the challenge. Yeah. Well, why would her pick rate go down? Let's see if that's even true. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Am I crazy for thinking that her pick rate goes down because there's less people in it? Is that not real? Probably a lot of things. Like kill capped. Only being watched by lower elo players equals more non-one tricks trying her. High elo, only one tricks get to with her. So probably just things like that. She is a champion that has counterplay. Best champs lack counterplay. That's it. It's actually just that simple. Just how much counterplay do you have? How easy is it to counterplay Akali? How easy is it to counterplay Faker Akali? Probably pretty tough. If Faker was on Briar, would her W look any different? No. So, yeah, mostly just that. Yes, I have a question. First of all, I want to tell you I started playing Briar thanks to you. I started playing League a month ago and came a long way with your advice and guides. Thank you so much. My question is, since 99% chance to have Flash in their kit, wouldn't it be better to make Flash a free-to-use spell slot and use 2 other things? How do you think it would impact the game? That would be insane and probably too many buttons for players. It would be crazy. The game is already high movement, and it would get more movement. I probably wouldn't like that. Why is Maddie spamming you? I think he posted a couple things, so that's a joke. Not for real, what is your goal for the rest of the year? 50k subs. Briar knocked on the door and said, "Please, Logan, I need this. I'm kind of hopeless. Would you let her stay?" Of course. Wow, did I kill that? What is the worst top matchup for Briar? What do you ban? Ribbon. Dante. I forgot. Probably something like that. Yes. I watched nearly every video of yours. I even paused to take notes for Helio, but Logan, something that caught my attention, even though you really enjoy the game when you play solo, I could genuinely see on your face how much you're enjoying having proximity chat. Don't you think inviting friends for duos more often could be a more entertaining, both content-wise and for your enjoyment? For my enjoyment, probably. For my content, not really. Those videos usually aren't enjoyed as much as solo. I duo more, but I don't have many duo friends. Yes. Small circle kind of guy. Yeah, it's tough to make friends in the League community because people might like you today, and then tomorrow you play a bad game, and then they hate you. People on the internet are a little weird. Can you put out a full clear? Full clear guide will be put out when it's ready. And it is not. A video on all matchups. Matchup guide is already made, but here's a text version. I think this person's looking for some one-stop shops for learning everything, getting everything done, and just keeping them on the side, so not a bad idea. On a scale of Nunu to pre-nerf Gwen, how does Briar scale? Does she fall off? Is Bill reliant? Not reliant. Reliant, but Def plays a part. J-Rad Lamb! Thank you for the 5 fucking billion, man. What's going on? How are you, bro? She scales above average. Average in 1v1 and slightly above average. Does your family know what you do, and are they supportive of it? Yes, they know. And they don't get a choice. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. But I don't know. I'm supportive. I don't think they have a problem with it. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Rumor! In 10 years of content and life in general. Hopefully, 10 years. Hopefully, kind of Tyler 1 vibe right now. Making time for the family. Don't care about streaming because I'm well enough off. But still spending time with the community as much as possible. Probably something like that. Like my family comes first, and it, you know, like I have kids, and they're banging on the door, and they're 1 year old. If I say stream dad time, and I fucking throw up dad time text, and I go fucking do something with my kids, that'd be great. And then I come back, I'm like, guys, I'm back. Fuck it, it was awesome, and that's it. Kind of what he does right now. I think that's it's like the best thing possible. But like, I still want to, I don't want to create all of this and then leave it. That's not it. I would love to be a positive part of everyone's day for the rest of my life. Easily. How do you deal with the bad team in your head? Hit W and pray. When is the Briar cosplay happening? Happened last Halloween. Next? No clue. Could you explain why Antio doesn't work against Briar? It works, but if a Briar player is taking a good fight, it shouldn't be close enough to matter. Yes. Then hey, fuck going on. What's the reason starting out to being briar? To be briar because I had a lot of fun. Were you good before? I was low grandmasters before her playing grapes. Oh. Injured. Gain. How long have you played briar? Since day one. Top 5 feet on league. Oh, it refreshed. Whatever. Gotta make it work. That really fucks me up. Because now it's not showing what I've already replied to. We might be chopped. I might have a different way we can do this. I liked how we were doing it, but I think I have a way I can solve it. I did. It's been alright. It's been a tough work day. But we stay true. Yeah. So we have to go this way. This is basically something that just tracks every single comment, so we don't get to see it the other way. You guys can see the in-depth one. Love to watch you, bro. Do you have an easy-to-learn champion if briar gets banned or stolen? Zindao. Very easy. We ever make an updated briar talk? It's updated in real time, so just keep checking. What's your favorite gardening equipment? Oh. Favorite Pokemon banger? Anything from Gen 4. Good design one item for briar. What would it be, and would it be useful for her? Probably be Gore Drinker, and because big heals. Answered in the video. I look forward to you watching. Answered in video early. Try and help out. Do you like Jinx? Cool. If you were to ever get canceled, what would it be for? Damn, that's actually a good question. If I were to get canceled, this seems like it's incriminating. Probably a risky joke that was intended well and doesn't come off the way I want. Then I spend the rest of my time explaining it. Probably something like that. I don't know, man. There's no right way to answer that, but that's probably what happened. I feel like I make a lot of risky jokes, and they probably could get painted one way or another. They wouldn't be true, and that would just be it. And I likely would stop trying to explain it, and I would just accept it, like, whatever they think, what they think. But it's probably fine. What are you doing in free time? Video. Something about being a creator. Oh. Is there anything about being a content creator streamer that you didn't expect? How much work it is when you aren't the anomaly that just gets huge for free. The Briar Files, yeah. Oh, that's good. Why am I so cool? Because you know me. Top 5 feet on league. That one Lux skin. That one Soraka skin. And then Briar. Great Demons Briar. Primordian Briar. Battle Academia Briar. Get rid of that one Soraka skin. All 5. Done. Go to your next video. Please remind me to resub. I think it either runs out. Resub! Potato. Huh? Huh? We already answered that one. When a new champion comes out, you seem to instantly know what items we get on. How do you figure that out? Is it based on stats similarly? When an item comes out, you seem to immediately know where it ranks on Briar. How? The things that I know are just my opinions or what I read others think than or say than I think about it. I never claim everything I say is fact. Like fact, you know? But played the game for 14 years and just learned. I was recommended to oh, we already answered this. Old Spice and Target. Briar Ultimate. Do you actually like feet, or is it shackles? Is it the shackles of being a Briar TP? Can't say. Oh my god, we're almost done. Alright, not that close, but we're still getting new ones. First off, I just want to acknowledge how good your uploads are, and the question is have you or would you recommend doing one-on-one coaching for low Briar players? Someday, maybe. Nice. Keep this copy and pasted. Need to know where to get the Briar cosplay. Screw those cheesers. They're pretty good. I know exactly what he's talking about. I read this earlier. Can you go over all meta matchups? Thank God we're going back, bro. I'd be so chopped. Why don't you go last stand on Briar like 80% of your games? I feel like it is good because you spend health and so on. I do every time in mid lane. J jungle, you are usually high health. More yap equals more knowledge. Spitting. You're spitting, bro. Looking for variants in the game, good shit? Yes. Cats or dogs? Dogs. Why don't I have any pets? Not in my contract of pets. How many, if any, good, new, and high-cost mouse and keyboard can if boost your gameplay? What the fuck? Mouse and keyboard don't matter. First time I got diamond in season 4, I was on a $5 Bejeweled mouse and 30 FPS and 90 ping. Yes. What do you usually play with Briar's band? Great idea. You should be proud of yourself. Tier list and hasn't changed much, but here's a link for matchups. Nice. How do you know when to invade? Answered in video. Enter in video. I said way too many words to type them. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't do well. Entered early in video. Thank you. I spent too much time yapping for that one. Enter early in video. Takes a lot to respond to everything, but I do it. My goat. Enter early in video. Do you regret the Briar feed tattoo and think you may end up regretting it down the line 10 years or no? Do you aspire to become a much bigger league streamer as Tyler 1? Cash show, Lois Theater. Are you content with where you're at, the Briar guy? Lever content, overall mentor. Answer at like hour 30 in video. I'll just answer this one. Do I regret the Briar feet tattoo? Not for a fucking second. Yeah. Do you think you'll ever end up regretting it? Fuck no. Why do I say that? Yeah. So like, I'll keep it honest with you guys, dude. I got this tattoo right because it very clearly in one picture acknowledges what I do. Okay, I I love feet. No. Dude, this is a part of my life, man. This is a part of my life. This is what I do. I spend every waking second for the past over 2 years doing this, making this, being. I'm sentimental about what I've built here and what I do, and I'm a relatively small creator, and I'm so grateful for what I have. And so no, I'll never regret having a tattoo of a point in my life that I was very happy. Like everyone else on this earth, I've had some dark days, right? I've had some good ones, some bad days, some light days. Doesn't matter. And yeah, I'll never regret trying to chase my dream. I won't. I'll never look at it like it's a regret because I will never fail no matter what I do. If I fail at content, then it just set me up to be successful in something else in my life. So no, I will never, ever look back at where I'm at right now and be like, man, oh man, I got this ink, this silly ink in my skin. Oh God, man, I might as well shave it off. No, no, I have a tattoo of something that represents something that matters to my life, bro. It's something that I've wanted to do for over like 15 years. So no, I'll never regret it. I'll never fucking look at it like it's bad. And people are like, oh, what if it sags? What if your biceps get small and then it looks weird? It's not the fucking point. If it looks great, great. If it looks bad, at least I can talk about, man, I need to go to the gym, and it starts a different conversation. So no, I'll never regret it. I'll never for a second. No, and I'll be damned if I even ever regret anything. Okay, I might feel regret sometimes, but I'll never just, oh, I regret that. Not how I'm trying to live life, so no. Never. Get some ink in my skin because of 2 years of my life I worked for, 10 years of my life I worked for a dream, and 2 years of my life I've spent doing it. No, I'll never regret it. Do you aspire to be a much bigger streamer? Every day. That's why I, try and run 3 YouTube channels, and that's why I try and run all my short form. That's why I do a lot of my editing. That's why I put out more YouTube videos than a lot of people. I would love to be a huge creator. Unfortunately, my content's not there yet. Clearly, because I'm not there yet. But I am content where I'm at. I mean, like, I'm happy with where I'm at, but no, I always want more. Always. I'm in this spot where, like, my YouTube channel has gotten 8 million views in the whole totality of it. Now, that's one big video for a lot of these huge creators, but that's 8,000 people. Let's cut that in half for people that have rewatched. So let's say even 1 million people have seen my content. Let's cut it in eighth. 1 million lives. I had the blessing to be a fucking part of. Cut it in half again. 500,000. Cut it in half again. 250,000. Cut it down to where it's only 100 people. I've been a part of at least 100 people's days. It's fucking awesome. But why would I stop there? Why stop there? Let's go for 200. So I'm given this ability to like be a positive part of people's days, and I would love to be a part of more. That's it. How do you decide what items go on the fly? Answered in the middle of the video. So yeah, I'll never have a regret, and I always want more. That's it. W. How do I teamfight with Briar in late game? Let them make a mistake. Something with overlords. Answered in video. Loquito! Answered in video. I want to say thank you. This was the long question. We'll get back to that. All right, we're doing good. Oh my God, are we done? No shot, I'm only at 2 left. Go. Not even 2 hours. You play much Mayhem? I played a little bit. Holy shit, man, I've done it. Sub 2 hour AMA? Cheers. You guys didn't ask as many league questions as I thought you would. I'm not going to lie. A lot of you guys asked more. Um, a lot of you guys asked me questions, which is cool because we did this good bit ago, and it was July of 2024, where dude, look at the camera diff. Look at this screen diff. My sound quality is different. Everything, man. We've leveled up. Yeah, I just had gameplay rolling. And maybe I should have done it. Maybe you turn this video on and watch some gameplay. Maybe play some games. All right, let's get to the big questions. I have 184,000 mastery on Briar and Plat, and I can't climb any higher. Yes, you can. From what I've seen so far, this game feels like it's deliberately designed to stop you from ranking up without an insanely slow grind. Nope. For example, I have 55% winner on Briar, but sometimes I hit these streaks. Not the majority, but they happen where the games are literally unwinnable. Trolls enter Steam diff. Bullshit. I'm not saying it's always my team's fault. Good. I've always focused on my own mistakes. Good. I genuinely feel like I'm being forced into this long grind because of teammates. It's okay if they play bad and they try their best. I don't know from you. Let's say if they could play better, they certainly would. Is this how the game works? Like if you want to climb, you just have to play a ton of games. Otherwise, you're stuck. Briar feel off this patch. No, not for me. I see that idea all the time. People talking about long grind being forced, and I don't really agree. It took me 1 rank per season because I didn't improve enough. This is because I got lost in negativity myself. Tried to let go of the negativity better and keep pushing. I did the same. I made the same mistakes. Logan, and more. First question, and more along the lines of the post for an AMA. Why do you run green pet? The shield is small, whereas blue, the utility of movement speed for roaming or chase. Red is quick due to slow if you have burst. Shield for green seems so insignificant in comparison to what the others give, especially due to the lack of proper scaling. Mountain Soul gives a bigger shield with no. Mountain Soul is a Dragon Soul with no stat increases. That's not role specific. At least support to get some benefit from their role items enough to warrant it being kept over a full item in some things like Bloodsong. This also could just be my hard stuck unranked mentality, but running the comparison using logic, green seems useless in comparison outside of mostly niche, unlikely scenarios. So even more so than blue to outrun someone in jungle while literally 1 HP. That will likely happen more times than shielding, making a difference in a fight. Logically, I see your point, but reality is Briar takes a lot of fights, and it makes a big difference in short trades, which can control the whole game, while also helping versus CC heavy teams where you can't use movement abilities or movement to dodge spells. Overall, I'd probably use blue the most and green second most. Often going green on squishy builds because they need the help. Second question, more of a funny build recommendation. I've tried full heal tank Briar. Here's what I've been running for months. Fun as fuck, out healing 5-man through grievous wounds. No, I don't play ranked. I would be permaban for even thinking about it. Max E first, Q second. I use red sometimes, by the way. It's decent. I think it's really decent right now. I have run stuff similar to that, and often a lot of the pieces to it. And I think... Is that it? Did we do it? Every comment done. Thank you for watching. Peace. We did it. Nice.